Good day, guys. Welcome to Edusfair Niger tutorials. So today we are going to be looking at partial fractions. And for partial fractions, we have several cases. So we are taking case one today, when the denominator has all linear factors. So what do we mean by linear factors? We know under polynomials we have cubic, we have quadratic, we have linear. So when we talk about linear, that means when we are saying when the highest power of a variable is what is 1. So when the highest power of a variable is 1. And for quadratic, when you are giving the denominator as quadratic, we can simply break them down to two linear factors. So let's take one example. All right. Example 1. Resolve 1 over x squared minus 3x plus 2 into partial fractions. So example 1, we are given resolve 1 over x squared minus 3x plus 2 into partial fraction. So solution. So step 1, for step 1, what do you do first? So for this question, we know that the highest power of a variable is what is 2. So therefore we know that it is a quadratic equation, right? So and for quadratic equation, we can simply break them down by factorizing into two linear factors. So let's factorize. Step 1, factorizing the denominator. So this is step 1. So what is the denominator? We have x squared minus 3x plus 2 as the denominator. So from our idea of quadratic equation, we have different method of solving quadratic equation. We have completing the square, we have formula method, then we have factorization method. So here we are using the idea of factorization method. So the idea of factorization method is telling us that add or subtract two numbers that will give you minus 3x, then multiply that same two numbers that will give you what? Plus 2. So now let's look at it. If we are to add or subtract two numbers that will give us minus 3x, what would that number be? What would it be? So from the number will be what? Minus 2 and what? And minus 1. So let's look at it. If we are given something like this, we can simply say x square minus 2x minus x plus 2. So if we are to do this now, if we are saying x squared minus 2x minus x, since they are the same variable, minus 2x minus x will simply give us what? Minus 3x. So now we can say this is equal to what? Equals to this. So now we can bring it out that x minus 2 and what? X minus 1 will simply give us what? It will simply give us this x squared minus 3x plus 2. So that is the idea behind it. When you are given the denominator as quadratic equation, just look for two linear factors. You are going to multiply that will give you that same quadratic what? Equation. So let's go on. So step 2. Step 2 is to what? Bring out this. So, okay, for this case 1, when all linear factors are what? When the denominator has all linear factors. Now we've expressed the denominator as what? Linear factors. What did I say we mean by linear factors? When the highest power of the variable is what? Is 1. So now we already have the highest power to be what? To be 1. For step 2, when the case said when the denominator has all linear factors. So what will happen when denominator has linear factors? When denominator has linear factors, we are going to express it in the form a over ax plus b. A over ax plus b. So now we can bring the question out and say 1 over x squared minus 3x plus 2 to be equals to what? Bring out this. A over x minus 2, then plus what? B over x minus 1. So simply we've expressed it in the form a over ax plus what? Plus b. So now we can go on and say, so 1 over x squared minus 3x plus 2 to be equals to what? So now we can do the LCM of the denominator. So what will the LCM of the denominator be? It will be what? X minus 2, x minus 1. So if we are having the denominator as what? X minus 2, x minus 1, what do we do next? So now we are going to divide this, your LCM, by what? The denominator we have first. Then multiply it by what? Multiply it by a. So if you are dividing x minus 2, x minus 1, you are dividing x minus 2, x minus 1 by what? By x minus 2 first. So what do we have left? This, we know that this we cancel what? We cancel this. X minus 2 we cancel what? X minus 2. So we are left with what? X minus 1. So now we can say a open bracket x minus 1. Then that's for the first one. For the second one, we do what? Simply divide this by this and we'll be left with what? X minus 2. So then we can say that what? B open bracket x minus what? Minus 2. So now, alright, so step 3. Step 3. Okay, before that, we can simply expand this. That will be 1 over x squared minus 3x plus 2 will be equals to what? A multiplied by x will give us what? Ax minus a plus bx minus what? 2b over what? Over x minus 2 and what? X minus 1. X minus 2 what? X minus 1. So we've expanded the what? The numerator. We've expanded the numerator and we left the what? The denominator. Leave the denominator. So step 3. So what we're simply doing in step 3 is that we want to what? We want to compare the numerator. Either you should compare, we can say compare, or relate the numerator. Compare or relate numerators. So comparing the numerator now, what do we have? We have ax minus a plus bx minus 2b and 1 as the numerator on the left hand side. So we can simply write it as what? Ax minus a plus bx minus 2b should be equals to what? Equals to 1. Equals to 1. So now, the next thing is that we can collect like terms here, right? We can collect like terms and say ax plus bx minus a minus 2b to be equals to what? To be equals to 1. So now we can simply say that a plus b in bracket x minus a minus 2b should be equals to what? Equals to 1. Now look at this. We already have this as what? We have this as our left hand side, then we have this as our right hand side. So check it out. Check it out. We want to look at it. What do we have any variable of x on the left hand side? Yes, which is what? A plus b. Do we have any variable of x on the right hand side? No, no, we simply have only one. We don't have any variable like 1x, 2x, 3x, 4x, and so on and so forth. If it was that we have 1x, 2x on the right hand side, we are simply going to say that is equals to that variable of x. Maybe let's say 7. Okay, but now we don't have any variable of x on the what? On the right hand side. So we can simply say a plus b should be equals to what? 0. Then for the next one, let's look at it. We have what? Minus a minus 2b. Bring that out. Minus a minus 2b will be equals to what? Now look at this. We don't have variable of x, so we know that that's x. That's for x. So now we are left with what? Minus a minus 2b. Now look at it. This minus a minus 2b can now be equals to what? Can be equals to 1. So simply say this is equation 1 and this is equation 2. So now we can solve this simultaneously. Solve simultaneously. So I would be using the method of what? Substitution method. Substitution method. So for substitution method, we can simply say A will be equals to what? Minus B. Call this what? Equation 3. All this equation 3. So now we can say substitute equation 3 into what? Into equation what? Equation what? Equation 2. Substitute equation 3 into equation 2. So right. So you can simply say we substitute equation 3 into what? Into equation 2. So substituting, we have what? Minus, what's our a? Since our a is already minus 2b, we can simply say minus open bracket minus b. Our a is minus b, okay? So minus open bracket minus b will be equals to what? Okay, minus 2b to be equals to 1. So now we can simply say minus multiplied by minus b is what? B. That's plus b. B minus 2b will be equals to what? Equals to 1. So we know that b minus 2b will give us what? Minus b will be equals to 1. So we can simply say we are multiplying both sides by minus. So minus will cancel here, and we have minus here. B will be equals to what? Minus 1. So now we can simply say this is equation 4. Okay, equation 4. So we can now say that substitute equation 4 into what? Into equation 3. Alright, so our equation 3 is what? A is equals to minus b, equation 3. So we can simply substitute our b to be equals to minus 1 into equation 3, which is a is equals to what? Minus open brackets minus 1. Then minus times minus is plus, so a will be equals to what? 1. Alright. Alright, since a equals to 1 and b equals to minus 1, then we can simply say that we can therefore say that 1 over x squared plus 1 over x squared minus 3x plus 2 to be equals to what? What is our a? So you bring it back into the equation. A 1 over x squared minus 3x plus 2 is equals to a over x minus 2 plus b over x minus 1. So we have what? 1 over x minus 2. So since our b is minus 1, so minus times plus in the given equation is what? Minus. B to be 1, so we have what? 1 over x minus 1, and that is our final answer. All right. So let's take one more example on when the denominator has all linear factors. So this, we have been given the linear factors straight up. So what do we do? Solution. So solution. All right. So the step one. Step one. So step one is to what? We have to bring it out and say 7x plus 8 over what? 2x plus 3 in bracket x minus 1 in bracket will be equals to what? So we know that when we are given all linear factors, we are going to relate the what? We are going to relate it to the form a over what? A over ax plus what? Plus b. So when you are given the denominator as linear factors, always relate to the form a over ax plus b. Okay. So now we are going to say that what? A over what? 2x plus 3 plus b over what? X minus 1. All right. So if you've been following the first example, you should be able to do this. You should be able to do all this. So we can now say that what? 7x plus 8 over what? 2x plus 3 x minus 1 will be equals to what? So taking the LCM of what? 2x plus 3 x minus 1, right? So we can simply say that Okay, so you are going to divide this. You are going to divide this by the denominator here. We'll be left with what? X minus 1. So x minus 1 multiplied by what? Multiplied by a. That will be what? A open bracket x minus 1. Right? So same thing applies to b. B open bracket 2x plus 3. Alright? So what do we do next? Bring it out. 7x plus 8 over what? 2x plus 3 x minus 1, alright, will be equals to what? Ax minus a. So expanding this numerator is equals ax minus a plus what? Plus b times 2x will give us what? 2bx, okay, plus 3b, alright, over what? The denominator we have 2x plus 3 x minus 1. Right? So the next step is to what? Step 2. Step 2. So we said relate or what? Or compare numerators. Numerators. Alright? So the next step is to what? Relate or compare your what? Your numerators. So when you're relating or compare your numerators, we know what? We can simply say ax minus a plus what? 2bx plus 3b will be equals to what? 7x plus 8. Alright? 7x plus 8. It's the same thing as saying bringing 7x plus 8 on the left hand side and bringing this on the right hand side. So it's still equal. Right? So we can then say that what? Collect like terms. That will be what? Ax plus 2bx, alright, minus a plus 3b will be equals to what? 7x plus 8. Alright, so look at this. We can simply say that a plus 2bx, alright, minus a plus 3b is equals to what? 7x plus 8. So now let's do the main thing. So we want to relate what? The left hand side and the right hand side together. Right? So we know this as a variable of x, and we know that 7 is also the variable of x on the what? On the right hand side. So we are going to equate them together. Then we have what? A plus what? 2b will be equals to what? 7, which will be our equation 1. Alright? Then the next one, minus a plus 3b will be equals to what? 8, which will be our what? Equation 2. Equation 2. So when we have two equations, so we can solve what? We can solve simultaneously. Simultaneously. Alright? For this, when we have two equations like this, I said we can simply solve simultaneously. Right? So, and solving simultaneously, we know we can use the substitution or elimination method. So for here, the most easiest one that for me I would use is what? Elimination method. Also, we can simply bring this one and say a plus minus a will be what? Plus times minus is what? Minus. A minus a will give us 0. Alright? So we have 2b plus 3b will be what? 5b. Alright? 5b. And 7 plus 8 will be what? 15. Alright? So you can simply say b is equals to what? 15 over 5. Then b will be equals to what? B is equals to 3. Alright? So we can simply substitute b is equals to 3 into equation what? Into equation, right? We can simply substitute it into equation. Let's substitute it into equation 2. Let's use equation 2. Alright. So, okay, let's use equation 1. Let's use equation 1 since that one does not have minus. Let's just substitute b is equals to 3 into what? Into equation 1. So by doing that, we have equation 1 to be what? A plus 2b to be equals to 7. Equation 1, right? So therefore, a plus 2 open bracket 3 will be equals to what? 7, right? Then a plus 6 will be equals to 7. So a will be equals to what? 7 minus 6, which we know a will be equals to what? 1. Alright, so since a equals to 1, Since a equals to 1, we can simply say, okay, since a is equals to 1 and b is equals to what? B is equals to 3. Then our final answer will be what? Which will be substituting a and b into this what? Into this equation, right? You substitute your a and b into this equation. So that will be what? 7x plus what? Plus 8 over 2x plus 3 and what? X minus 1 is equals to what? What is our a? We know our a to be 1, right? 1 over 2x plus 3, then plus what is our b? Our b is 3 plus 3 over what? X minus 1. And simply this is the final answer. So this is the final answer, and that is that on case 1 of solving partial fraction. So in our next video we'll be looking at what? Case 2. And if you don't understand any of this step, you can simply let us know in the comment section. So either the simultaneous equation, so we can do videos on what? Simultaneous equation. All right, thank you.